Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, food worth mentioning.
Where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eats. I'm here with my brother Chef Jeff Santos. We're going to be talking about Asialicious. What is Asialicious, Jeff?
So Asialicious basically is a celebration of Asian cuisine in Toronto. So yes, Asialicious TO 2021. In Toronto, if you're not from the Toronto area, we have Summerlicious and Winterlicious. But a lot of the restaurants in Markham, Richmond Hill, and North Toronto, and even downtown Toronto area, have come together and made an event called Asialicious Toronto. And it's only for 2 weeks, September 11th to the 26th, and today is the 12th. So we are just starting this podcast on the start of Asialicious.
Yeah, I did put that together that we're doing at the start. So yeah, it's very timely. So you actually, now, did you participate in Asialicious last year, Jeff?
I think we did, myself and Diana. I forgot which restaurant we went to. But similar to Winterlicious and Summerlicious, the restaurants will have a special set menu. And these menu prices range from $10 to $20 to $30. And most times, these set menu prices are an amazing deal for what you get compared to the regular price menu.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that if there's a restaurant that you want to try, but you're not sure, Asialicious is something that you'd want to do simply because you get to do it for less expensive. And as as my brother's showing here, these are the different restaurants that are participating in Asialicious. So they are, hold on a sec. Oh, I got mixed up because I saw Etobicoke and then I saw Hong Kong. So I thought, this can't be in Hong Kong. So it actually shows you the country that they are representing and also kind of where they are. So whether it's West Toronto, downtown, Scarborough, you name it. Even and it's everything from bubble teas to Indian food, Asian fusion to Chinese, you name it.
And you can even search by what you're looking for, like the food style, the category. If you want bubble tea, Chinese, Filipino, French. Wow, that's weird. Italian. Well, I guess it's a whole menu thing. And the location. So if you're like Scarborough, where we are right now, Etobicoke, where I live, or downtown Toronto, so you can view the whole area. So if you just want to look for something that's like we're Filipino, but we don't always want to eat Filipino food outside. So we want to go maybe more sushi or more Japanese. So that's what we'll do, or bubble tea. There's a lot of bubble tea and other like mixed drinks areas here.
Yeah, and not only that, just desserts in general too are participating in the Asialicious. And so last night, Jeff actually went and had some Japanese barbecue, right, Jeff?
That's right. So we went to this place here, and I believe it's pronounced Gyu-Kaku Japanese BBQ.
Yummy.
And like I said, there's set meal prices, $10, $20, and $30. Because this is more of a sit-down formal restaurant, they don't have a $10 menu. But they do have a $20 takeout menu. But when we got there, we were told that you could actually order the takeout $20 for indoor cooking as well, so indoor dining as well. But because it's a Japanese barbecue, which I've never had, neither has Diana, and we actually found out Ken has never had Japanese barbecue, we decided to go for the $30 dine-in meal for the Japanese barbecue.
Yeah, and I remember seeing you post about this last night. And there was an exorbitant amount of food. I'm pretty surprised that you got all that you did for $30.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. As you can see, so the set menu here is chicken karaage, house salad, kalbi short ribs, yakashabu beef, which is a very, very tender beef, filet mignon. Oh, my goodness. I forgot we had this when they served it to us. And, of course, rice. And, of course, you had to serve some sort of vegetable other than salad. So we got zucchini. And the one thing that Diana sort of stuck out when she saw it was the s'mores. There's a grill there. There's fire. So, they took on themselves to serve s'mores. Why not,
Absolutely. And so this looks like a lot of fun. Did you have a good time there?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. It was a great time. Again, they're following all the protocols for COVID. We're still in the pandemic. So when we got there, you have to have a reservation. They didn't allow any walk-ins, but it wasn't that busy. So I'm pretty sure if you were there that you sort of called in and say, "Can reservation for now?" Yeah, no problem. They have a new thing now where They do have to take you make sure that your screening process. So there's a QRC. Go on your phone, open it up, just answer the questions properly, and they'll have a check mark if you're allowed in, or an X if you can't enter the premises.
Yeah. And that QRC, it seriously, it's like 5 questions, and it takes you like less than 10 seconds or maybe 20 seconds to answer the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple. And just, when I said it's a lot of food, I mean, We're going to show you right here. This is what they were eating last night. This is spectacular. But this is for 4, right?
This is for 4 people.
Yeah.
So the filet mignon, which is in this area here, is for 4 people. Actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. No, the filet mignon, they have 2 trays of filet mignon. So there was myself, Diana, and then her friends, Joe and Ivy. So a tray for them, a tray for us. But the yakashubi beef and the kalbi ribs, they were on 1 tray for 4 people. So I made sure to count the ribs. I'm just joking. Sorry, Joe. But then we had some zucchini, 1 platter each, a small plate of karaage, which was like, oh my God, that was good itself. And the salad, of course, and your vegetables. And the sauces were also particularly really good.
So what's the yellow sauce?
Yellow sauce went with the karaage. It was like their ponzu. It was their Kewpie mayonnaise with a bit of ponzu dressing inside. So a bit of a citrusy lemon mayo flavor. Yeah, and it was really complimentary to the karaage itself. And this one here was they call it their premium sauce for the beef. I couldn't really tell what it was.
Teriyaki or something? Or?
Maybe it's a mixture of. It was their house mix. Of maybe teriyaki, hoisin, and sesame. Nice, something like that.
And actually, just before we keep going on, those of you who don't know what ponzu is, it's citrus soy. That's what a ponzu is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But they also had a hot sauce, which I didn't touch, and then another just regular soy sauce, and then I can't find. Oh, it's over here. This is their sesame soy sauce as well.
Very nice.
So a nice blend of sesame seed and soy sauce together. But all that food, as you can see, and we actually the girls couldn't finish it. So myself and Joe, we had to take one for the team and finish up all the beef. To make sure we had to clean our plates for the s'mores. But let's just continue on here. So that's the salad. And just regular house salad. We got some daikon radish, some bib lettuce, hard-boiled eggs, tomatoes, red peppers. Their usual sort of quote-unquote, mixture of house dressing.
Okay, wait, before we go on, because there's people that can't see this.
I apologize,
on the podcast here. And so what we're seeing here is it is a shredded daikon. The leaves look like, what was that, butter lettuce?
Butter lettuce or Boston lettuce.
Boston lettuce. There's some quartered egg, hard-boiled eggs, and some tomato, and some red pepper, and then some cucumber, and a great dressing there. And so let's keep on going, Jeff.
Yeah. So this is the karaage. Karaage, for those of you, we did mention this before in a regular podcast. Basically, it's an Asian-style fried chicken. And it's usually dark meat, so it isn't a whole like leg or breast or wing. It's just cut pieces of boneless chicken, deep fried, and the seasoning on top of it is it's just amazing. And one thing Joe did every so often, because we couldn't finish everything, he actually put some more of the karaage back on the grill just to warm it up and crisp it up.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. And so one thing I do want to mention, a Japanese barbecue, you are cooking your own food. But that is not required, obviously, for the karaage chicken, right? That's already pre-cooked for you. But all the other food, I'm guessing the filet mignon, the kalbi, and all that other stuff, that needs to be cooked along with, I guess, the zucchini. You have to grill that as well.
Yep,
very nice.
So the server was very informative. She gave us the beef. So on the right hand, so left hand side is the kalbi beef. The kalbi beef is beef short ribs that are cut on against the bone. So it's very, very thin, like maybe like a less than a quarter inch. And there's like 2 or 3 of the rib bones. And they're already marinated. And then the yakashubi beef is just, I believe I'm trying to guess from the sirloin, also marinated, but cut very, very thinly. And the way they do this, they actually freeze the beef a bit and then put it on a meat slicer, like we see at a deli counter. And that way, that's how they get nice, thin, consistent slices on their beef.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, kalbi, a lot of people may be familiar with that, and actually the beef, kalbi definitely has its own specific, distinct flavor. Did it taste different than the other beef?
Oh, not really, actually.
Okay.
I think it's just the different cuts of beef.
Yeah,
from it.
It's a different part of the animal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. Like some people don't like to chew on the bone. We don't mind at all. So most people just want a boneless piece of beef just to cut into and enjoy. But there's some of the bone we didn't mind at all.
Actually, some of us, we prefer it off the bone because there's that nice cartilagey kind of tendon, which is always awesome to have.
That is right. So and then for those of you that don't know, have been to a Japanese or Korean barbecue, Korean barbecues are usually square with the usual like grill marks you see in most barbecues, but Japanese barbecue is round, and it looks like a screen, like a large screen, screen if I would put it that way.
Yeah. For those that aren't watching this on the video, you could always see it on our Instagram feed, or actually, there's probably pictures of it at the restaurant itself. So they probably have their own Instagram feed themselves.
Yeah. So the next picture here, I just have some pieces of zucchini on the side. So yeah, like I said, they were very informative. They told us for the pieces of beef, just 30 to 40 seconds per side, and that's how much you want to cook it. Because they're sliced very, very thin, that's like I say, it'd be a bit medium to medium well. But some people, they will want their beef fully cooked. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing, but if that's how you want it, that's how you want it. Zucchini, they're cut a bit thicker, maybe like almost a half inch, just because the zucchini, you want to keep that nice al dente. So if you have it that thick and you grill it, maybe a minute on each side, it's still crisp and still tender.
What's nice about doing it this way is that it cooking the food is super, super fast, because everything is, whether it's if it's a vegetable, those just cook fast, or if it's that the beef is sliced so thinly that it's literally 30 seconds on a side and you're done. Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't come fresher than that. I mean, like it's literally from the grill to your plate in less than a minute, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
The one thing I have to say as well is that talk about cross-contamination. We didn't have any chicken or pork for this meal. It's all beef. So it isn't a bad thing to use the same tongs to grab the raw pieces of beef and the cooked beef. If you had chicken, I would highly recommend that you have one pair of tongs to grab the raw pieces of chicken onto the grill, and then as it's cooking, use another pair of tongs to flip it over, because cross-contamination between the two tongs, you might have, like I said before, cross-contamination isn't a good thing.
You can get sick, right? And so there's something to be aware of. And I kind of like that. I just want to let you mention it right now, that it's like they only had beef in the meal, so you didn't have to worry about that, which was kind of relaxing to know. Something that's one thing that you just don't have to worry about. And what we are showing right here is that they actually serve s'mores, which was super intuitive of them, super smart of them to do. Obviously, you'd expect us to say that because the Santos brothers, we do love our roasted or toasted marshmallows.
Oh, yeah.
And so, there's a grill there. Yeah. It was pretty simple for them to, get some marshmallows that are cheap, graham crackers that are cheap, and then Hershey's chocolate, which is super cheap.
Exactly right.
And then serve some s'mores with that.
Yeah, so each person got 2 marshmallows, 4 graham crackers, and 4 squares of Hershey's chocolate. So it's nice. And then and it was really weird. So for those of you that can't see, I'll have it on Instagram. For some reason, Joe's Corner was extra hot. So we basically put our marshmallows on the same time, and I was looking at it, we were all almost the same height away from the grill, but his was nice and his was getting browner and toastier and puffier way before ours was. It wasn't fair.
Well, he just got his fast. Let me ask you something, Jeff. When you cook marshmallows on the fire, you toast it, and then do you just eat the whole thing, or?
I was trying to do this yesterday. I sort of like getting the outer layer first.
Yeah, that's how I am.
And then I put the inner part back on the fire.
Yeah.
So it's like almost 2 marshmallows.
You get it toasted again. Yeah. Because if you do it properly, you can get that outer layer, and then you could actually almost just pull it right off. Yeah. And then the inner layer is still kind of gooey, but it's not toasted anymore. You can put that back on the fire. And sometimes you can get 2, maybe even 3 toastings out of one marshmallow, which is super, super fun. And so this place, again, it was called... where is it called?
Up there. It's Gyu-Kaku Japanese BBQ. We were at the Shepherd and 401 location, North York, but there's also one downtown, I believe, at Bay and Dundas, if I'm correct.
It says here Church Street.
Oh, Church Street. I apologize. Oh, okay. So Church Street. So East Downtown.
Yeah.
And same price, $20 for takeout. Let's just take out meal. It's a bento box with seaweed rice, yakashibi beef, cooked of course, and broccoli, and the side karaage, miso soup, and the house salad.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was a kind of a picture of that so that we could know what it is more. But
Yeah.
it is super nice.
So
Super cool.
so as you can see here, and again, for those of you who aren't watching, it was only $30 for all that food. And when they gave us the bill came to $219 total for 4 people.
Mm.
So when you think about it, 30, so it was 4 of us, so it's only $120 total compared to $219. So when I say that, take advantage of Asialicious, Summerlicious, Winterlicious, take advantage of that, because it's restaurants you may not usually go to. And they're saying, hey, come see us, here's a price, and they're hoping that you come back to them. And for this price, I think I'll come back, because maybe the s'mores for sure Diana loved, but and you're also supporting local businesses. Like there's hardly any restaurants on these lists that are part of a chain. Like the Gyu-Kaku, there's only 2, maybe 3 locations, so you sort of know they're a small business.
Absolutely, yeah. So that was last night. Today we went to the carnival.
Yes,
Yeah,
we did. That's maybe carnival. There you go.
Carnival. Yeah, the carnival is at Woodside Square, which is at McCowan and Finch. Yeah, McCowan and Finch, and so is basically the south parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a stage with all sorts of performances. And there was a food truck there, but a lot of tents that are just showing different meals and things like that. And so let's go this way here. Yeah. And so here's some of what we're seeing. Those of you that can't see the picture, they had some oysters, some oysters, and also some scallops that were just being grilled, which was pretty cool. I almost got those.
Yeah, they were grilled on the shell. Mm-hmm. So they must have had some sort of seasoning on them to make it a bit more, even though the oysters and scallops have their own taste, of course, but just to boost up the flavor just a bit. Yeah.
And what else did they have? They also had this. They call it smelly tofu. I'm used to hearing it as called stinky tofu.
Yes,
but depending on the branding, I suppose.
Yeah. And for those of you that I know we mentioned this before, what stinky tofu is, or smelly tofu, is basically fermented tofu. I believe it was, if I remember correctly, it was actually an accident when it was discovered. And whoever the chef was, I think it was like way back when, their employer loved it so much that he made them replicate this recipe. And it was one of those things where they said, okay, let's do it again, and became a popularity. The one thing we like about these sort of carnivals or food festivals, especially outside, is you really can't get smelly tofu anywhere else other than a carnival, because it just stinks so much that I doubt they want that smell permeating other carts or other restaurants or other like regular retail stores in a mall. It is that pungent. And this food truck or this stall was actually on the very, very far side of the carnival location. Actually, I see some cars in the picture, and hopefully none of the cars' interiors will be permeated with the smelly tofu.
Yeah. So just to remind some of our listeners, we actually talk about stinky tofu in season 1, episode 32. The Santos brothers eat weird food.
And Mason was at the festival. And what did he think? Do you remember what he said?
He said, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he did say, "What on earth is that smell?"
Yeah.
So
we were when we were there. I remember we were in Mason. We made sure not to be in that area of the smelly tofu, but it was hard because I think there were at least 2 or 3 smelly tofu stands at that festival we were at.
Absolutely, yeah. And so they even had crawdads, and then they had more grilled scallops.
So crawdad, do you like crayfish or crawdads?
I haven't had a chance to eat them all that much. Actually, they're really easy to catch in Utah because you go fishing, all you got to do is tie bacon to a string, and then they just grab it, and it's almost very unsportsmanlike. They just grab onto it, and you take them, and you throw them in there. They're okay.
Yeah.
And actually, I would have eaten them, except it was just a hot day, and I just thought it would have been really messy to eat that outdoors.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, too. They didn't offer any tables.
Yeah.
There was a lot of spaces for tables. I don't know if that's what they meant to do, or they were waiting for more, because I saw a few empty tents.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they had more people expecting, but there's no tables. So things like the crawdads would be very hard to sort of like stand and eat, because with them, the tail part is easy to rip the tail off and suck the meat out. but then we get the claws and the head. It's one of the things we have to crack it open and actually get the meat out.
Yeah, if you're standing, or if you're holding your plate with one hand, how do you crack open a crawdad with the other? Well, difficult. It's even like peel and eat shrimp. Like if you had a plate full of shrimp and you had to peel it, and one hand's holding the plate, you can't really eat the shrimp. No. So as much as I wanted it and it smelled good, I just turned it down just because of the impracticality of it. And so, there's more grilled scallops here. And then we decided that we wanted to try what's called xiao bing.
Yeah, xiao bing or xiao bong. It's basically a Chinese-style flatbread, and I believe it's from the northern area of China. And what's cool is the cooking method. For those of you that can't see it, picture a barrel, a wooden barrel. It's almost like a tandoori oven. So picture a barrel or tandoori oven. And the chef, he has the dough, and they're all pre-made. So the filling is pork, scallions, some seasoning, and then some will have hot. And was it really hot, Ken?
It was very spicy.
It was very spicy. So we're showing the video here. So basically, he has a couple of the sort of quote-unquote flatbread pancakes, and the interior of the barrel is hot with charcoal, and he wetted them a bit on each side, and he's basically putting those flatbread on the side of the barrel, and they are sticking to it, and they are cooking. And what's amazing is they cook on both sides pretty evenly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so if you can't picture, if you're not watching the video, think of like cooking bread in an oven by slapping it on the side of the oven.
Yeah.
So they were doing that kind of live. And so you knew that when you were ordering this, that this was freshly cooked.
Oh.
We had this minutes out of that oven, so to speak. And so you saw a video of him taking or putting it in. And then if I am doing it properly, here's a video of him taking it out. And so pretty cool.
Yeah. So he used his hands and a special glove to put the dough in to make sure it was sticking on the side of the barrel. But of course, because it's hot now, he has this it looks like a stick and almost like a in the kitchen terms it's known as a I'll just call it a ladle, like a flat ladle, a wire ladle, and he just takes the stick part, the sharp part, and then coaxes it off the side, and then their part will catch it as it falls.
Yeah,
and he puts it on the side there.
Pretty neat. And so here is what it would look like, when it's all over. Pricing on these, they were $8 each. Seven each, and 3 for $20. Yeah, 3 for $20. And so do we have, maybe if I'll pull this one back up again, is that you can kind of see the different ones. There's only 4. There was the classic, the spicy, the classic thin, and the sweet. We opted, because of the 3 for $20, Jeff got a classic, I got a spicy, and for our third, we decided to get a sweet bun. But then they said there was a wait on the sweet bun. So we just said, let's just get another classic. What did you think of yours, Jeff?
I liked it. I like the flavoring inside. When we go to carnivals like this or food festivals, we always want to try something new. Yes, they had the oysters, they had the crawdads. We didn't take a picture, but they had like barbecue squid and barbecue meats. And that's something you can almost find at any restaurant. This you can hardly find anywhere.
So, this is the first time I've ever seen them. So yeah, definitely, this is us with them. Jeff has 2 of them there. I have 1. We shared that. I was going to give Jeff some of my spicy one, but right when I ate it, it was a little bit even too spicy for me. So I just told Jeff, you don't even want any of this.
Thank you.
So, I got to enjoy the spicy one. And actually, usually with spicy food, it gets spicier the more and more you eat it.
Right.
But it actually kind of calmed down for me.
Okay.
Which was good. But then we split one of the classics. I really enjoyed it. I want you to give that a rating out of 10.
I give it an 8. Had good flavor. It was very unique in delivery, but yeah, I think for me an 8. Yeah,
I'm going to give him a 7.
Okay.
Just because I don't know, I just wish it wasn't dry, but I wish there was like more of a sauce inside or something.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about that. If I did, I'd probably get it again, but I would want to try. I'm going to try the thin, see what that's about.
Yeah.
I have a feeling if you order the thin, that you'd have to wait forever and a day because they were just kept making so many of the classics and the spices.
Yeah.
And now here's a picture of what it looks like inside. It's almost like a pita, kind of thing.
That's basically what it is. Yeah, it's almost what it is.
Yeah.
But just the construction, think of a pita, but it's already filled, and then when you break it open, the filling is inside.
Yeah, it's a pre-filled pita, which is pretty cool. And then while we were in line, to get these show bows. Is that what they're called?
Xiaobing.
Xiaobing. Sorry, Xiaobing.
And we hope we're pronouncing that right as well.
Oh yeah,
We
hopefully
apologize
you're
for
saying
not.
that. While we're in line, the tent kind of beside us had some Thai milk tea soft serve. Now this isn't the picture. This is actually the same poster, but a different picture. And I just looked at that and thought, wow, I have got to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a sign that says something like go inside the mall to get it.
Right.
And so we decided, you know what, I want to try this.
Yeah.
This is really, really good. We met up with our cousin Adrian,
Mm-hmm.
and he said it's really good. Actually, he said it's killer, and he
Yes.
says definitely get the sea salted honeycomb toffee, which is a dollar upgrade topping.
Yes.
And it is the best dollar upgrade that you could ever get. And so, as you can see from the menu here, you could either get it in a cup for $5, on a cone for $5.50, or you can get one of those egg waffles
Yes.
for $8.50. And each of those have that option to upgrade with that honeycomb toffee and
Sea salt. Honeycomb
sea
toffee.
salted honeycomb toffee. Super, super delicious. And honeycomb toffee, it's kind of like what you'd find inside of maybe a Crunchy bar.
Yep.
So something like that, but then it's also salted. It was actually perfect. As a matter of fact, I would not recommend. Well, it was good ice cream, but there's no reason why you should have it without that if it's offered.
Yeah.
Just pay that extra $1. Totally worth it. And I'm giving this before I've been asked. That's like a 9.5 out of 10.
Awesome.
Really, really tasty.
Awesome. So we are actually at the dessert kitchen.
Yeah.
So that's what they're called.
Yeah, the dessert kitchen inside of Woodside Square.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to bring up their website here. Here's their website here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's interesting is we actually looked at this website looking for the Thai milk tea soft serve, and it's nowhere on the menu. It's nowhere on here. So this is kind of something that I don't know if it's newish and they haven't put it on the menu yet, but the menu is vast. As you can see, they offer things like soft serve ice cream. They also offer bubble teas. They offer all these different things, egg waffles, shaved ice, Taiwan style shaved ice, all the different cakes. I mean, this place is pretty cool. It's called Dessert Kitchen, and the website is dessertkitchen.ca. Pretty cool place, because I'm probably going to go here another time.
That's right. Actually, I texted Dylan. He wants to go when you go there.
Very good. Oh, you want the pictures? Yeah, sure.
So we have a picture here of us with it.
Hold on a second. There we go.
There we go.
And so that's the logo.
So that's ours. So I opted for the dessert, the eggette or the egg waffle. And one thing about these waffles, they're freshly made, so the aroma. Did you smell it outside when you're waiting for it?
I can smell it outside, but when you get inside, you smell it even more.
Yeah, so it almost forces you to get it, just because of that smell. And we're talking about, there's a place called the Dragon Center in Scarborough as well. And they have one of these waffle places right by their front door. So you only have to smell it when you walk in. It's like, oh, what is that? And it lures you in to get it.
I do want to mention something, because if you look at that honeycomb topping in this picture, mine was the cup, Jeff was the cone. For whatever reason, his dollar got a lot more of those larger chunks. And so,
I think because they forgot to add mine. I said, the sea salt. Oh my goodness. So they ran back to the counter and added more. Maybe they just added extra. Because they
some of the bigger pieces, so good. I mean, they could just offer the toffee on its own.
Yeah, we should go in. Can you just toffee?
Just the toffee. Yeah, absolutely. The dessert kitchen. Got to try it, Woodside Square.
And I love their motto, but first, dessert.
Nice.
Why not?
Yeah.
So what's your rating on this?
I'm giving it a 9.5.
Okay. I'm giving it an 8.
Nice.
I think the milk tea flavor could have been more.
Wow.
Yeah. For me, the flavor itself was just lacking. I think it needed more milk tea flavor.
I really enjoyed that flavoring. The difference of opinion there. Something that I'm definitely going to get again. I've been wanting to have. I love milk tea. Yeah. I love milk tea. I've been wanting to have milk tea ice cream for quite a while. Actually, ever since last summer, I haven't been able to get it. Or I guess I could have if I tried hard enough. But this was so easy to get, so I went ahead and just got it. And I'm so glad that I did.
Nice.
And so, you know what? This was my first taste of Asialicious. according to Adrian, he said this is like their third, fourth, or fifth year, and I just thought it was the first year because I had never ever heard of it in Asialicious before.
Yeah, me too. So maybe it's a Woodside Square thing.
Maybe.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, he lives near there, so
yeah, he would know. This podcast should be going out the week of the 13th. If not, Asialicious goes on up until September 26th, 2021. So Asialicious TO, support local restaurants, and they're everywhere in the GTA. Downtown, Scarborough, Richmond Hill, Markham, even North York.
Absolutely. And before I let Jeff sign us off, we're going to ask you to do something super easy, super simple. If you are getting value from this podcast, whether it's just great entertainment or if you love our food recommendations, then we invite you to either like, subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you got to do place a review. We would love for you to do that. It helps us get the word out, and it's a super easy way and a simple way for you to support our podcast and to do so for free.
That is right. And if you have any recommendations for us to try, please let us know as well. And then remember this quote from Julia Child: people who love to eat are always the best people.
Yeah, and that, of course, includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm his brother, Kenny Santos, and you as well if you love to eat food worth mentioning. All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.